professional degrees. Carrying the banner for the graduate school, and Dr. Thomas Gething, Associate Dean of the Graduate School on the South. Ms. Henderson is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Women's Studies. Carrying the banner for the School of Dentistry is Dr. Tar Chi Ah, Associate Professor in the School of Dentistry. Carrying the banner for the School of Pharmacy is Quinn An Nguyen, who is receiving a Doctor of Pharmacy. Are now entering the stadium. On the north, carrying the banner for the School of Law is Sean Kellogg, who is receiving his Juris Doctor degree. Carrying the banners for the graduate school are Catherine Van Maren on the north and Christopher Vigil on the south. Ms. Van Maren is receiving her Juris Doctor degree. Mr. Vigil is receiving a Master of Medical Engineering. On the north, carrying the banner for the Evans School of Public Affairs is Professor Richard Zerb. Carrying the banner for the College of Education is Anthony Smith, who is receiving his Doctor of Philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences are now entering the stadium. Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music candidates are on the north. Bachelor of Science candidates are on the south. On the north, carrying the banner for the College of Arts and Sciences, is Aaron Corrales Diaz, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Art History. On the south, carrying the banner for the College of Arts and Sciences, is Eliana Hector, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences continue to enter from the north and south. Carrying the banner on the south is Leslie Everett, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. Candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences continue to enter from the north and south. Carrying the banner on the north is Jacob Brown, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in International Studies. On the south side of the stadium, please welcome bachelor's candidates from the College of Engineering, led by banner carrier Jonathan Sue, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering. On the south side of the stadium, now entering our bachelor candidates from the College of Forest Resources. Carrying the banner is Professor James Fridley. Now entering on the south side of the stadium, bachelor candidates from the Information School, led by banner carrier Mohammed Samakhtar, who is receiving his Bachelor of Science in Informatics. Candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences continue to enter from the north, led by banner carrier Dane McCartney, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. Bachelor candidates from the Business School are now entering the stadium, led by banner carrier Aliana Kazuko Grimstad, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Bachelor candidates from the College of Ocean and Fishery Sciences. The banner carrier for the College of Ocean and Fishery Sciences is Daniel Luck, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Aquatic and Fishery Sciences. Now entering the south side of the stadium, bachelor candidates from the School of Nursing and the School of Medicine. The banner carrier for the School of Medicine School of Nursing is led by banner carrier Kimberly Adams, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. The College of Medicine is led by banner carrier Muhammad Abdi, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology. Bachelor candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences continue to enter from the north, led by banner carrier Darla Mayri, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Art. Please welcome Bachelor candidates from the College of Architecture and Urban Planning, led by banner carrier Nathaniel Warner, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Architecture. The final groups of bachelor candidates entering the stadium from the south are the School of Public Health and Community Medicine and the School of Social Work. The banner carrier for the School of Public Health and Community Medicine is Eric Coker, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health. The School of Social Work candidates are led by banner carrier Lucy Jordan, who is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Social Welfare. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the west end of the stadium and welcome the procession of deans of the university's 17 schools and colleges. The academic procession concludes now with the entrance to the stadium of the University of Washington Regents, President and Vice Presidents, led by philosophy professor and University Marshal Ronald M. Moore.
The commencement exercises of the University of Washington will be opened with a presentation of the colors by the Joint ROTC Color Guard and with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner by Teresa Lewis. Ms. Lewis is graduating today with a double major, double masters in vocal performance and music history. The audience will please rise. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to present Dr. Mark A. Emmert, President of the University of Washington, who will preside over these exercises.
Thank you. Welcome to the 131st Commencement exercise of the University of Washington. Commencement ceremonies are an expression of academic tradition going back hundreds of years, and they symbolize some of the most important values of our civilization: the pursuit of truth, the preservation of freedom, and the cultivation of a climate of civility. These ceremonies are also festive, celebrating the commencement of new activities and challenges in the lives of our graduates, as well as the successful conclusion of one phase of their formal education. The diversity of this university is nearly as striking as its distinction, and the graduates today are completing academic courses of study which reflect the complexity of this society and the intellectual concerns of our faculty and our entire student body. I am honored, therefore, to be the first to congratulate formally the degree recipients and awardees and to welcome all of you to this wonderful ceremony. These graduates should be proud of themselves, as I know the rest of us are proud of them. It is appropriate, therefore, and I ask all of you who are here to support your friends, your children, your loved ones, to please rise with me and offer our applause to the class of 2006. And you, the class of 2006, you all know that you got here through much of your hard work and innovation and industriousness, but you had many, many friends and family members and supporters who helped you get to this moment in your life. Would you, the graduates of 2006, please rise, turn to your family and friends and say thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. The splendid music you have been listening to during the processional, and which you'll be hearing much of later in the program, is being provided for us this afternoon by the students from the School of Music's Wind Ensemble under the direction of Professor Timothy Saltzman. As you can tell, they are gifted musicians, and we greatly appreciate their participation here today. Thank you very much. The ultimate responsibility for the University of Washington lies with the members of the Board of Regents, 10 citizens of the state who are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the state senate. These dedicated men and women devote countless hours to the welfare of the university, 9 of whom are here with us today, and I would like to introduce them. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. Chair of the Board, Sally Jewell, Stanley Bayer, Jeffrey Brotman, William Gates, Fred Kiga, Constance Proctor, Herb Simon, Shelley Yap, and this year's student regent and graduate today, William Rasmussen. Thank you very much for your work and support. In addition to the regents, we have seated on the platform this afternoon the chief academic and administrative officers of the university, including the provost, whom you will meet in a moment, the vice presidents, the deans of the schools and colleges who will be introduced in due course, the leadership of the Faculty Senate, the elected student leadership on campus, the president-elect of the Alumni Association, and faculty members, professors emeriti, and other representatives of the various schools and colleges. I would also like to acknowledge the many members of the faculty serving today as commencement marshals. Their names are listed in page 11 of your commencement program. Please join me in thanking all of these people for the work they do for the University of Washington. Thank you. And now I'd like to say a few words to the students that are here today. Today, of course, marks an important milestone in your lives. Like other milestones, this one comes with a wide range of emotions, from sheer joy at having completed finals forever, to sadness at saying goodbye to good friends and teachers, from excitement because you're beginning a new chapter in your life, to uncertainty and nerves, also because you're beginning a new chapter in your life. But what I hope does not get lost in this swirl of emotion, what I truly hope you will take from the University of Washington is a profound sense of pride and accomplishment at being a graduate of the UW. Each of you, no doubt, is a very different person from the one who arrived here a few years ago. It is a difference that goes much deeper than just moving from student to graduate. It's a fundamental change in the direction of your life, of how you see and think about the world, of what your aspirations are, of how you are going to engage with the people around you. I'm very fond of saying that the University of Washington is in the business of transforming lives. Actually, though, that's not entirely accurate. It's missing a very crucial piece. It is our people who transform lives. This extraordinary university transforms lives and the world around us through all of our people. And you have witnessed that firsthand. The professors whose lectures ignited your thinking, artists who inspired you to try something new, the doctors and medical staff who touched the lives of someone you know, and the alumni who cared enough to come back and share their experiences with you. As students, you too have contributed to one another's transformation. There were obvious times when this happened, like when a classmate had a different point of view and you engaged in some heated, healthy exchange, or when you met with a small group of students in Mary Gates Hall. Equally important are those instances when you simply connected with one another, like when you enjoyed the cherry blossoms in the quad or shared Pop-Tarts before a basketball game. At all of these times, you were part of a transformation without even realizing it, your own and those of many others. Now you will be transforming lives and the world as alumni of this great university. Your predecessors have set some pretty lofty standards in doing this, but I expect you will hold your own very nicely. It will be a privilege to watch you, so go forth and celebrate. Throw your caps in the air and embrace everyone who has helped you here. Be proud that you are a UW graduate and of what you have and will accomplish. I wish you all the very, very best. And now I would like to ask Hithu Palupu and Alexander Theoharis to present the class gift. Hitha has earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in History and a Bachelor of Science degree in Biochemistry. Alexander is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Law, Society, and Justice. They chaired the Senior Gift Council today, and thanks to their leadership, the senior class has made a wonderful early start in philanthropy. Here's Hitha. Please. How are you? Good to see you again.
Well, this is a little embarrassing. We're all kind of wearing the same thing. Alexander and I worked together with 40 fellow seniors on this year's senior class gift campaign, which we saw as an opportunity to give something back to the university that gave us so much. As you all know, we have been raising money for our big dog, a giant husky statue that will be placed on Upper Campus. I am pleased to announce that our artist has been found. It is Brandis Svensson, a fellow UW senior who's graduating today and a very talented artist. I'd like to now announce Alex to present the numbers this year of the senior class gift, and also announce that we have succeeded in this year's Husky Cougar Challenge, beating the Cougars for the 3rd time in a row.
Thanks, Eva. Hello, everyone. Look around you. Each of the people sitting on the field today with one of these purple donor ribbons contributed to the senior class gift. We broke a record this year, 23% participation rate, the highest the UW has ever seen. We broke another record. On the Seattle campus alone, we raised more than $30,631 to this year's senior class gift. We want to thank you, the class of 2006, for your generous participation. We also want to thank many of your parents and family members who made gifts in your honor. It's time for us to move on, but remember, we will always have a place here. You can come back to the statue with your kids 10 years from now and say, I kicked senioritis long enough to build this. Thank you. And now, President Emirate, we present you with the names of all the donors of the class of 2006 senior gift.
Thank you so very much for this wonderful gift that we thank the class with great pride and enthusiasm, and we are anxious to see that wonderful statue be constructed on the campus. The Chief Academic Officer of the university is Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Phyllis Wise, who will present this year's Teaching and Public Service Awards. Phyllis?
Affirming the university's dedication to teaching excellence, the university each year presents teaching awards to faculty and to graduating teaching assistants. 8 University of Washington professors and 2 graduate students with teaching responsibilities have been selected to receive awards this year. I will ask them to rise and remain standing until all are introduced. The recipients of the Distinguished Teaching Awards are Robin Chapman Stacy, Professor of History; Sarah L. Keller, Associate Professor of Chemistry; Shanga Parker, Associate Professor of Drama; Jennifer Salk, Assistant Professor of Dance, who could not be here today; and Bill Wells, Senior Lecturer in Accounting. Selected by a committee of faculty, students, and alumni, the honorees were cited for superior mastery of their disciplines and their ability to transmit knowledge, their scholarship, and their concern for students. The recipient of the Marcia L. Landolt Distinguished Graduate Mentor Award is Joel Migdal. Robert F. Phillip Professor of International Studies, who is unable to be here today. The recipient of the S. Sterling Monroe Public Service Teaching Award is Daniel Winterbottom, Associate Professor of Landscape Architecture. The recipient of the James D. Close Award for Advancement of Learning Communities is Angelina Snodgrass-Godoy, Assistant Professor of the Jackson School of International Studies and Law, Society, and Justice. The recipients of the Excellence in Teaching Awards are Deborah L. Paulson, Teaching Assistant in Psychology, and Georgia May Roberts, Teaching Assistant in English. They were unable to be here today. We are proud of our teaching faculty, and the honor these recipients receive today is especially precious to a member of the academic community. Please join me in applauding these exceptional teachers. The university also presents an award in recognition of outstanding public service on the part of the university faculty or staff member. This year's recipient is Dr. Sinclair S. Yee, Professor of Electrical Engineering. Dr. Yee joined the UW faculty in 1969. A member of the Department of Electrical Engineering, he is an accomplished teacher, researcher, and mentor, and has been influential in establishing the department's optical sensor group. Professor Yee's exemplary commitment to service began over 35 years ago, when he first heard of stories about the difficulties being experienced by recent Chinese immigrants adjusting to life in Seattle. Professor Yee and his wife Genevieve, with the help of several graduate students, began going door to door in Chinatown in the International District, asking people what they needed. They discovered a population isolated by language from a vital social services. Professor Yi initiated grassroots efforts to address the problem, teaching English, connecting the new immigrants to healthcare and other essential resources, providing advocacy in navigating complex bureaucratic processes, and much, much more. Within a few years, those early efforts formalized to become the Chinese Information and Service Center. Today, the center is Puget Sound's premier provider of social services to the Chinese community, assisting over 5,000 individuals every year. For his visionary action to meet critical needs, for his remarkable energy and devotion to helping families succeed, and for his years of dedicated service, freely given on behalf of Chinese and other Asian immigrants, the university commends Professor Sinclair Yi.
Since 1932, the university has presented a medal to the graduating seniors who have achieved the most distinguished academic record at the university. We also present two of these awards. One is given to a student who has spent his or her academic career here, and another to the most accomplished student who transferred to the university from one of Washington's community colleges. Will Soraya Cormay please come forward? Soraya is graduating today with a double major in neurobiology and biochemistry. During her 4 years here, Soraya has taken and excelled in courses as varied as quantum mechanics, human rights movements, neuropharmacology, and Persian language. She studied creative writing, art, and architecture in Rome, and performed in the UW Harp Ensemble. Taking advantage of the rich research environment at the university, she engaged in projects focused on improving diagnostic methods for brain tumors and creating novel artificial cornea implants, and presented her research at several UW and national research symposia. Her research was recognized with a Howard Hughes Medical Institute undergraduate research grant and a Mary Gates Research Training Grant. Other honors she has received include the University of Washington Junior Medal, the Zalia Jenks Rowe Scholarship in Biochemistry, the Henley Honors Program Scholarship, the CRC Department of Chemistry Freshman Achievement Award, and she was selected as a member of Phi Beta Kappa. Last fall, Soraya received a Marshall Scholarship for graduate study at the University of Cambridge. This spring, she followed up that prestigious honor by being selected as one of only 15 undergraduate post-baccalaureate students nationwide to receive National Institutes of Health biomedical scholarships. After graduation, Soraya will use those scholarships to enter the integrated PhD program at Cambridge University in neural regeneration. Following that, she plans to begin a medical degree program in the United States and then pursue a career as a physician researcher with the goal of developing accessible and affordable treatments for blindness. It is my great pleasure to present to you, Soraya, the university's President's Medal in recognition of your outstanding achievements. This is the third time I've given you this, I think. Will Heather Williams please come forward? I'd also like to ask Lee Lambert, president of Shoreline Community College, to join me and Heather. After working for a Seattle law firm for several years, Heather decided to attend Shoreline Community College, where she had what she calls an extremely positive experience that led her to comb through catalogs of four-year universities with enthusiasm. When she read about the University of Washington's Comparative History of Ideas program, she knew she had a great match. Having focused on anthropology and history at Shoreline, Heather was in an excellent position to double major in comparative history of ideas and anthropology. She excelled in her classes and actively pursued undergraduate research opportunities, much of her work culminating in her capstone thesis project on cultural narratives of contemporary China and 19th century America in relation to capitalism, a topic that she has presented at both undergraduate and graduate level symposia. She also received several scholarships and awards, including an undergraduate scholarship, a Goddard Scholarship, a university undergraduate research grant, a Leona Hickam Scholarship, and she too was selected as a member of Phi Beta Kappa. Heather says her undergraduate experience at the UW was characterized by continuation, discovery, and growth, all things that we expect she will continue as she pursues a PhD in our sociology department. President Lambert and I join in presenting you, Heather, with this medal in recognition of your extraordinary achievement at the University of Washington. Ladies, can we do this together? At this time, I would also like to recognize those students who were candidates for the President's Medal by virtue of academic performance in the top 0.5% of all of the graduating seniors in each of their respective colleges. These students, along with the President's medalists, are today graduating with the university's highest baccalaureate honor, summa cum laude. Their names are listed on page 15 of your commencement program. Also listed are the names of students who are being graduated today, magna cum laude and cum laude. Since 1938, the university and its Alumni Association have also presented an award to a former student of the University of Washington who has worked to attain national or international prominence. The Alumna Summa Laude Dignata Award, which means alumna worthy of the highest praise, is the highest honor bestowed by the University of Washington. The recipient is selected by a committee of faculty and alumni of the university. Today we add to the long and distinguished list of individuals who have received this award the name of Linda Buck, an internationally acclaimed scientist whose landmark discoveries unlocking the secrets of the sense of smell have opened new doors to understanding how the brain works. Dr. Buck was here Thursday to receive this award, but unfortunately she was called away today. But let me tell you a bit about this most wonderful alumna. A Seattle native, Dr. Buck graduated from the University of Washington with dual degrees in microbiology and psychology, and she earned her PhD in immunology at the University of Texas Southwest Medical Center. She then moved to New York for postdoctoral work at Columbia University, and it was there, working with Dr. Richard Axel, that she tackled one of science's greatest puzzles, the sense of smell. With extraordinary focus and scientific creativity, she solved the pivotal pieces of the puzzle that unlocked the mysteries of smell. In 2002, Dr. Buck returned home to the Pacific Northwest, assuming a position as a full member of the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center, and a year later as an affiliate professor of physiology and biophysics at the UW School of Medicine. In recognition for her contributions to science, Dr. Buck has also been named a member of the National Academy of Science, a winner of the Gardner Foundation International Award, a recipient of the Louis Rosenthal Award, and finally in 2004, she was recognized with the most prestigious award in all of science, the Nobel Prize for Physiology and Medicine. For her long and distinguished record of achievement, including her pioneering work in the sense of smell, her alma mater, with pride and admiration, honors Linda Buck as the 2006 Alumna Summa Laude Dignata. The University of Washington Alumni Association plays a vital role in the life of the university and provides a continuing link between our graduates and their alma mater. The association also provides essential support services for the university. I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Greg Blodgett, President-elect of the UW Alumni Association. Greg?
Thank you, Dr. Emmert. On behalf of the more than 300,000 University of Washington alumni worldwide, I want to congratulate everyone in the class of 2006 and welcome you into our ranks as the newest members of the proud Husky alumni family. I'm Greg Blodgett, the incoming president of the Alumni Association, and I'm especially pleased to be here with you today. One of the great things about being a graduate, besides no more 730 classes, is that you are a part of something big and quite special. As a graduate, you have a new voice and role in helping the university maintain and enhance its status as one of the nation's premier institutions of higher learning. This is a university with a distinguished past, but more importantly, one that is advancing and improving along many vectors, educating scholars in our region to tackle tomorrow's challenges, and generating research and programs with a worldwide impact. It is truly one of the jewels of the Pacific Northwest. As you take the next steps in your careers, remember to help a fellow Husky along the way and to spread the word about how fundamental this institution is to our hopes and future progress as a vibrant and special community. It is also an exciting time to be involved at the Alumni Association. We as an organization are hitting our full stride, connecting with more graduates and friends of the university than ever before through outreach, career, lifelong learning, and service programs, or just to have fun and share our Husky spirit. So stay informed, attend a lecture or a sports rally, volunteer as a student mentor, stay connected. We hope you will consider joining us at the Alumni Association and taking advantage of the many benefits we offer. And parents, don't forget, a lifetime membership is a great graduation gift. Congratulations and welcome again to the family of Husky alumni. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Student government is a vital part of the governance of this university, and the leadership of student government is called upon regularly to present students' views on a wide range of issues to the university. I'm pleased to introduce the president of the Graduate and Professional Student Senate, Adam Grupp. Adam?
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Is that all? Okay, one more time. How's everybody doing? That's awesome. Well, congratulations, graduates. It's been a long road, but you got here. I see all the graduate and professional students seated here in the front rows. The doctoral students decked out in purple. Looking fantastic. Have you ever had writer's block? Maybe a few of you. Imagine it's the night before a big paper or a big speech is due. You've been procrastinating, waiting for a moment of brilliance to strike. And then one of your friends offers you their perspective, saying you need a little help, like one of my friends did this week. He said to me, Adam, why is it that there's a gravy train and there's a gravy boat, but there is no gravy car? Now, I didn't take any more advice from him on my speech, I promise you. And I can see that you're as perplexed by his question as I am. But in the future, whether you're experiencing writer's block or struggling with a challenging life decision, friends and family are going to be able to support you in more ways than you might anticipate. I would argue it's the best people in your life who will make your toughest challenges bearable and your greatest victories meaningful. Even today, you look around, you see up in the stadium, to your left, to your right, the people who made it possible for you to get here. We could also say that if they weren't here today, we could have parked a little closer to the stadium and maybe had a shorter procession. But it's important to acknowledge these people on this day because this victory is not only yours, but it is theirs. And they're here to celebrate with you, and so I congratulate you and them for that. A few pointers on how to manage your stress as you go out into the world, because you're all going to be looking for jobs now. Exercise total defiance. Don't let people keep you down when they say you can't do it or you should just do something else. Maybe being at this big university made you feel like a number sometimes. Today, rest assured that you're more than that. You're a number with a tassel and a funky hat. Take some time to listen to the music, smell the flowers, those sorts of things. It'll help get you through. I can say that the last few days of my academic career here were supported by 9 Inch Nails and Frank Sinatra. Thirdly, don't lose your sense of humor. It doesn't require you to be any good at telling jokes, as you can see here, but it may mean that you have to occasionally listen to a few bad ones. And toward that end, I'm going to end my speech with a cougar joke, because what would graduation be without a cougar joke? Am I right? First, are there any cougars in the crowd? All right, so maybe this isn't a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. As you probably know, our friends at Wazoo hold graduation every year, well, almost every year. This story comes from one such year when a senior by the name of Billy had failed math, and he wasn't going to graduate along with his friends. Stop me if you've heard this one. At commencement, his friends stood up with signs, and they chanted, "Let Billy graduate, let Billy graduate." And the president responded to the crowd. He said, all right, if Billy can solve this math problem, I will let him graduate. If I have 5 apples in my left hand and 5 apples in my right hand, how many apples do I have altogether? Now Billy, who was sitting in the audience, he thought about it for a minute, and then he said, 10, there are 10. There are 10 apples. Now after only a short pause, Billy's friends stood up again, and this time they chanted, "Give Billy another chance." Now to the class of 2006, congratulations. Go Huskies.
So why does a cougar cross the road? No, we're not. I'm pleased now to introduce the president of the Associated Students of the University of Washington, Lee Dunbar. Lee?
Well, first I want to thank my family and all your families and people that you love that have made this possible today. It's a tremendous day. It's commencement day. It's that ultimate symbol of the community that this university is. It's beautiful. We're coming from all different directions here. We're surrounded by people that remind us of one thing, and that's community. And if I could leave you with one thing, that is, remember that you're stitched in with so many people, those people to your left and right that you had so many discussions with in dorm rooms, living rooms, classrooms. It's a tremendous thing. It's a dialogue that needs to keep on happening. You know, all of us are going to take a piece of this university with us. It's a great thing to remember and to look for, that piece of the university as in your journey. And to those that are watching that are current students, I definitely encourage you, if you haven't found it yet, that piece of the university that you're going to take with you isn't for me to say to you, but for you to reflect on and to consider. It's that place where the world's greatest need meets your greatest passion. It's that place that gives you the reason to get up in the morning. And for me, that came in a political philosophy class on Socrates, incidentally. And it reminded me to be the gadfly, to be that person to challenge society and to challenge those norms, to really look at where society was going and to challenge that. And so, you know, we're equipped to do so much as a community, stitched together, equipped to do so much because there's so much to do. You know, in a world that is flat, poverty is still a huge, huge thing. The poor are getting poorer, the rich are getting richer, and it's not to mention the diseases in the world that are killing millions every day. You know, bigotry still exists, not merely in aggressive acts of hate, but the color of your skin still determines privilege in this modern world. Our institutions and social norms still confer dominance over the historically oppressed. These problems are often a dull roar, and sometimes we just like to acquiesce to it. But this university and other universities are so critical. They remind us that great thing of liberal democracy, dialogue, community. It teaches us, as John F. Kennedy said, to accept those problems, not because they're easy, but because they're hard. And we have to meet these problems with that same confidence and idealism. Change is possible, and I hope the one thing you take from today is the power of a community. My greatest hope is that you move forward not just as one person, but recognizing the sum of the parts are so much more than the whole. Thank you so much for reminding me of that today and this ultimate symbol of community, commencement. Go Huskies, and thank you.
Thank you, Lee. It's now my great privilege to introduce today's commencement speaker, William D. Ruckelshaus. William Ruckelshaus has served our nation with leadership and integrity for over 40 years. His career has taken him from his home state of Indiana to the national and international stages, where 4 different U.S. presidents have called upon his vision and expertise to solve national and world environmental problems. Mr. Ruckelshaus was both the first administrator of the United States Environmental Protection Agency and its 5th administrator under President Ronald Reagan. From 1983 to 1986, Mr. Ruckelshaus served on the United Nations World Commission on Environment and Development. He was chosen by President Clinton to be the U.S. envoy in the implementation of the Pacific Salmon Treaty, and President Bush selected him as a member of the Commission on the Oceans Policy, which was created in 2000 by Congress. In December of 2005, Governor Christine Gregoire selected Mr. Ruckelshaus to co-chair the Puget Sound Partnership, a collaborative effort to help restore the health of our Puget Sound. In recognition of Mr. Ruckelshaus's long and dedicated service to our nation and our world, the university is today conferring upon him the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Recipients of honorary degrees are honored by our faculty in our regions for their outstanding accomplishments. The honorary degree will be conferred by Chair of the University's Board of Regents, Sally Jewell. Would Mr. Ruckelshaus please join us at the lectern?
William Doyle Ruckelshaus, you have devoted yourself to solving some of the most complex issues facing our nation and our planet. In your decades of accomplishment, you have given each of us cleaner air, cleaner water, and cleaner government. Born into a distinguished family of Indiana lawyers who for generations served in law and politics, you were raised in an atmosphere of high expectations and high principles. Following your graduation with honors from Princeton University and Harvard Law School, you returned to Indiana and found your calling, for it was through your legal work in your home state that you awakened to the environmental problems facing our country. Your accomplishments led you to the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C., when our government established the Environmental Protection Agency in 1970. You accepted the enormous challenge of creating a national course of action that many believed was beyond our reach. But you tamed the abuses that had poisoned our waters and contaminated our air, and you made the EPA a force for good in the world. Your integrity and commitment to the rule of law were clearly demonstrated when on October 20th, 1973, as Deputy Attorney General, you and Attorney General Elliot Richardson resigned your positions rather than bow to the pressure from a presidency that soon fell under the weight of the infamous Watergate affair. Your principles were a beacon of light to our nation at a moment of constitutional crisis. In subsequent years, you found a home and a new career in the Pacific Northwest and continued to be an extraordinary public servant, eventually returning as director of the EPA in 1983, refocusing the organization on its essential mission of protecting our environment. You also accepted appointments to serve on the U.S. Commission on Ocean Policy, the United Nations World Commission on Environment and Development, and more recently, to lead our state's effort to restore and protect our beloved Puget Sound. Through your dedication and your unrelenting determination to improve the environment, you have provided a vast legacy for future generations. Fish by fish, river by river, and ocean by ocean, you have met the forces that threaten the delicate balance of our planet and charted a path toward restoration of our spectacular national resources. You have, in very truth, changed the face of the world, and we are your beneficiaries every day. For your many accomplishments and principled actions on behalf of our nation, the University of Washington is proud to present you with a degree of the Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations.
President Emmert and Sally Jewell, the Board of Regents and faculty, distinguished guests, and all the people of the hour, you graduates. First of all, thank you very much for this honorary degree. I am delighted to be a member of the class of 2006, even if my designation is only honorary and therefore not nearly as important as yours. And I must say, this is indeed a very impressive audience. The only larger audience I've ever addressed was at the University of Texas graduation some 20 years ago. That would matter a lot to them in Texas because size is very important. At that Texas event, we robed notables were to file through the entire audience and then back up to our seats in front of the Lyndon Baines Johnson Library. We were outdoors. As I passed my assigned seat, I dropped my speech on my chair. It was windy that day, and when I returned, I discovered to my horror about half of my speech had blown away. Unfortunately, it wasn't the first or second half, but pages 4 through 7, 10 through 14, and so on. I told the audience what had happened, and they all laughed, convinced, I guess, that I was joking. Well, I stumbled through some of what I had, which sounded, I was sure, like the random disconnected thoughts of a Washington, D.C. bureaucrat, which is what I was at the time. I was the administrator of EPA. And given the distance between me and that vast assemblage, I couldn't see the faces before me. I was convinced they must be twisted in puzzlement. The whole speech took about 9 minutes. When I sat down, I had a new appreciation of the phrase, scattered applause. I was despondent. After the speech, to my utter amazement, person after person came up to me and said something like, "That was the finest commencement speech I've ever heard," or "Thanks for getting us out of the sun." That experience convinced me of two things. First, no one ever pays the slightest bit of attention to a commencement speech. And you'll like the second thing. It was that George Bernard Shaw was right when he said that in order for a speech to be immortal, it need not be eternal. So here goes. We, and when I say we throughout these remarks, I mean those who have gone before you graduates in America. We have left you some problems, some unfinished business, and some real messes. But before reminding you of what all the bad stuff is, remember we have addressed a few things. We've done some things right. Over 200 years ago, we fought against a remote power that was taxing us and telling us what to do without adequate consultation. We won that fight against great odds and created a new nation. Afterwards, we had a constitutional convention and created a republic, which has ended up closer to a democracy. As our greatest president reminded us in the midst of our Civil War, our nation was conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. It took that war during which Lincoln uttered that phrase to extend freedom to slaves, and the 19th Amendment in 1920 to extend the right to vote to women, moving that part of humanity closer to equality. We are still struggling to match America's pronouncements about freedom and equality with our practices. But we are trying, and when we don't succeed, there are many who remind us of our failure, and their right to do so is guaranteed by the First Amendment to our Constitution. When our nation was created, we separated our government into three branches to check unbridled power. And in the Bill of Rights to the Constitution guaranteed individuals certain rights against their usurpation by our government. Later on, we recognized that freedom for all was more than individual liberty, but also a system of governmental rules that inhibited individual or corporate action to ensure a greater freedom for all. Judge E. Barrett Prettyman was a famous judge in the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, and several years ago in a speech at the Pentagon, he pointed this out when he said, "In an ordered society of mankind, there is no such thing as unlicensed liberty, either of nations or individuals. Liberty itself is inherently a composite of restraints. It dies when restraints are withdrawn. There is no liberty without order," something we should do well to remember in Iraq. There is no order without systematized restraint. Restraints are the substance with which liberty does not exist. They are the essence of liberty. We are constantly trying to get it right in America, our system of restraints. How should power be distributed between the executive branch, the Congress, and the courts? How to balance individual liberty against the common good? What sort of restraints do we need to protect the environment, or public health, or economic freedom? These questions are before us every day in the news as we struggle to give modern meaning to the timeless principles of American democracy. We have fought and died to preserve our rights to sort these questions out ourselves, to define our own concept of liberty. In the bloody century just past, we aided in the defeat of brutal regimes in Germany, twice, in Japan, and helped secure liberty for millions in Europe and in Asia. And at the end of the Second World War, we taxed American citizens and created the Marshall Plan to assist the defeated and the victorious but devastated nations in Europe, to help them regain their economic footing and once again be guided by hope, so essential to the winning of the Cold War with the Soviet Union. To do this, we asked for more tax dollars from citizens right after World War II, when all were paying 90% of the revenue that they generated. In today's dollars, the Marshall Plan cost about $130 billion, the cost of 1 year in Iraq. Our government, our system of restraints, has withstood wars, a depression, and a series of scandals that caused one president to leave office in disgrace and shook the ruling legitimacy of others. During the last century, because of a combination of luck, determination, and free political and economic systems that encouraged economic growth and unleashed innovation, we are now unrivaled in the world as an economic and military power. And Americans have prospered. Until very recently, we attracted many to our banner. So before you're too harsh on those who have preceded you, remember we've had our own challenges, which we have risen to meet. With all that, we've left you with some big-time, near, and long-term problems. More recently, we went from a pinnacle of global support and sympathy after the tragedy of 9/11 to international resentment, resistance, and fear unmatched in my lifetime. In my judgment, this is largely because we were right about Afghanistan and wrong about Iraq. As a result, we have jeopardized a good and justifiable decision and squandered the goodwill of many, so necessary for effective international progress toward peace, prosperity, and freedom. Let me be clear. My judgment on the decision to invade Iraq is not a comment on the bravery of the men and women who have implemented that decision or a claim to any superior wisdom about what to do next. We may yet come out of Iraq having advanced the cause of universal peace and freedom. With every fiber of my being, I hope we will. I fear we will not. While that terrible tragedy understandably occupies our country's attention here and abroad, other opportunities go unrealized and problems go unaddressed. Many of these problems will not be successfully brought under social control without American leadership. We are fond of telling ourselves how rich and powerful we are, we Americans. Some call it American exceptionalism. If we are exceptional, then we should take our wealth and power and use it consistent with our ideals and values. There is only one way a democracy which produces almost 1/3 of the world's economy, uses 25% of the world's energy, and has 5% of the world's people can lead, and that is by example. Iraq has taught us one thing, I hope, and that is we can't coerce people into accepting freedom or democracy, no matter how hard we try. Neither our military nor our economic might is enough. In fact, the act of coercion itself often runs counter to the acceptance of democratic principles by the targeted peoples. In my view, Americans must participate in the world and certainly defend ourselves if the facts and circumstances warrant. But the peoples of the world will only embrace our values and our ideals if our actions match what we say we stand for. We also must show that democracy and freedom work, that we can cope with our own complexities. Yes, we are rich collectively, but part of our current and apparent wealth is a result of spending more money at the federal level than we take in through diminishing taxes. Currently, we are borrowing primarily from China, India, and England to pay for our federal largesse. The national debt, which now stands at over $8 trillion, will be yours a lot longer than it will be mine. And that is what's known as generational unfairness. Our debts are growing domestically at an accelerating rate. In about 9 years, the money we take in from Social Security tax will not meet the promises we've made to our workers to help in their retirement. The Social Security deficit will grow from $215 on. Then we have three options: increase taxes, borrow the money, or renege on the promises our government has made to our people. Medicare is even more expensive and less sustainable as we look to the future. By 2040, at current rates of growth, these two programs, Social Security and Medicare, and that is Medicare without the recently granted drug benefit, will have an annual deficit of $4.3 trillion. This won't happen, but the longer we wait to fix it, the more politically unacceptable our options become. We have left you with a monumental national energy program and no national energy policy. The need has been apparent for 35 years, and still no national leader will take it on. In my judgment, the best thing that has happened to us since the turn of the 21st century is that we are now paying over $3 a gallon for gasoline in most of America. still less than half of what they pay in most of Europe. Maybe that rapid rise in the price of gasoline will finally force serious address to the problem of dependence on a fuel that is in the control of repressive regimes willing and able to fix prices. We are utterly dependent on oil for places like Russia, Nigeria, Venezuela, and Saudi Arabia. Not exactly a democratic hit parade. The problem is, so is everyone else, from Europe to the exploding economies of China and India. The result is more demand than there is supply and higher prices. Fossil fuels cause unacceptably high levels of pollution and contribute to the warming of the planet that cries out for a sensible American policy. So far, that cry has been in vain. We have our head in the sands of the Middle East, and we need to extract it. America is a consumer of 25% of the world's energy needs to lead the world in reducing consumption every way we know how. We need to search for environmentally acceptable substitutes by funding the energy research equivalent of a Manhattan Project that led to the development of the atomic bomb in World War II. The world needs a sufficient, affordable, clean, reliable, and sustainable energy source. And America's future depends on the world meeting those needs. So we must lead, and we are not. These are just a couple of the problems we've left you. I haven't even mentioned global poverty. 1/2 of the people on this earth, 3 billion people, live on less than $2 a day. This is morally unacceptable and politically unsustainable. Genocide continues in places like Darfur and the Congo, while the free world dithers. Closer to home, we have not demonstrated the ability to develop economically without fouling the nest of those critters who share our ecosystem. Our beloved Puget Sound is a case in point. But why should I lay all this on you? This is a happy day. A day of graduation, a day of commencement. Let me leave you with one last thought. What really must commence today is your journey as a citizen. We are all fortunate that whether that journey is for religious renewal, financial well-being, or political purification, our country and its Constitution guarantees the right to take that journey and does not try to dictate its destination. If that guarantee is to continue for those of you who come behind, you must accept your responsibility as a citizen. Your willing embrace of your responsibility to help guide our country's future and its government of, by, and for the people is your highest calling as an American. In America, the government isn't them, it's us. Our leaders will lead us only where we insist they go. We can help by explaining to us, they can help by explaining to us the consequences of our choices or not making a choice. But it is up to us to understand those choices and demand real solutions from them. Don't let them fool you. Don't fall for the promise that we can spread democracy by marching into a hostile, divided country, throw our weight around, and everyone will greet us as liberators. Don't allow your leaders to say to you, you can have everything you want from our government and we'll cut your taxes to boot, and insist that we become much less dependent on carbon-based fuels by using less, finding newer, cleaner sources of energy, and then insist that all of us have to share the pain. None of these things are impossible if citizens don't allow them to be. They're not impossible because the single most important thing we who have gone before have bequeathed to you is freedom. In America, you can think whatever you want to think and say whatever you want to say without fear. In Afghanistan, you can be put to death for converting from a Muslim to a Christian. There are still many countries in our world where saying or even be suspected of thinking the wrong thing can result in loss of freedom or your life. Not so in America. A few Saturdays back, David Horsey, a cartoonist for the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, who I see in the paper this morning, has a daughter graduating today, Darielle Horsey. Darielle, congratulations. He is a cartoonist for one of our morning newspapers. He asks his readers every week to comment in writing to him on the question of whether some big public issue should be decided one way or the other, and he gets interesting responses. A couple of weeks back, he asked the question whether we would be better off if Al Gore had been elected president in 2000 instead of George Bush. The next week he prints the answers to his questions. The week after this question, there were several more or less conventional, predictable answers on all sides. One of them struck me. A woman from over on the Olympic Peninsula emailed Horsey, and she said, let's face it, we'd be better off with Donald Duck as president than either one of those two. My point in quoting that woman is not to endorse her position. My personal favorite would be Yosemite Sam. But to feel the wonder, the exhilaration, the pride that she felt free to say what she did. She is not afraid to mock our leaders. You might question her wisdom or her judgment, but not her freedom to speak her mind any way she wants. That is a wonderful gift our founders and those who followed have given to all of us, and it is still alive for you. If it is to stay alive for those who would follow you, you have to use this gift carefully and responsibly if possible, but you must use it. It is that gift of freedom that allows you to be a full participant, a citizen in the governing of America. Freedom is like a muscle. It will atrophy if not exercised. Its preservation is totally dependent on those who possess it, applying its thrilling power toward ends beneficial to all. In the first democracy, the Athenian leader Pericles, 300 years before the time of Christ, in his famous funeral oration said, "We do not say that a man who takes no interest in politics minds his own business. We say he has no business here at all." What was true over 2,000 years ago in ancient Athens is true in America today. You can pass freedom on to those who sit 50 years from now where you sit today. It was 50 years ago when I sat in your seat. Freedom can be a greater gift than we have given to you, but only if by your use you make it stronger. So don't despair, exult. Sure, we left you problems unsolved, but how dull the public part of your democratic life would be without them. Debate those problems, revel in them, and rise to meet them. Your life will be richer and more exciting if you embrace the challenges of your age. And one of you as commencement speaker 50 years from now can say to the graduating class at the University of Washington, "We have a world at peace because people followed America's example. Everyone is now free, and they are prosperous because America became truly generous and shared its wealth and know-how with the rest of the world, and our actions at home and abroad more closely followed our ideals. We Americans are secure and healthy because we have a fully funded health and social security system, and we're producing all the energy we need from farm products, wind, waves, and sun. And the earth is beginning to cool." I threw that last one in for Al Gore. I'll guarantee there'll be some other problems to pass on, so don't despair. You will have left some hills to climb. So the graduates at that time will have a shot at expanding and strengthening freedom themselves. I'm confident that's what will happen because I believe in our country, its ideals, its people, and you. Congratulations and good luck.
What a beautiful day. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to present the various degrees to all candidates. The audience is requested to remain in their seats until the conclusion of today's ceremony. Candidates for the doctor's degree in the School of Medicine will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Associate Dean Werner Sampson.
Mr. President, it's an honor to present you a list of 181 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Those who have fulfilled the requirement of the School of Medicine, I suggest be granted the Doctor of Medicine degree. Our graduates were honored at a separate ceremony previously elsewhere, and many already have proceeded to graduate training throughout this country. Those individuals who are participating in today's activities will stand up with the rest of the doctoral candidates.
Candidates for doctor's degrees in the School of Dentistry will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Associate Dean James Steiner.
Mr. President, it is my pleasure and honor to present a list of doctoral candidates from the School of Dentistry. I recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements be awarded their doctoral degrees. These graduates were honored in separate ceremonies.
Candidates for Juris Doctor degrees in the School of Law, Mr. President, would be presented to you by Dean Joe Knight.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Law of the University of Washington, I am proud to present a list of 176 candidates for the degree of Juris Doctorate and 110 candidates for the degrees of Masters in Law and Doctorate of Law. With the recommendation from our faculty that each one of these people has fulfilled the requirements to be awarded those degrees, ceremonies to honor these graduates will be held tomorrow in Meany Hall. The law graduates participating in this ceremony today will be asked to come forward with other doctoral candidates.
Candidates for Doctor of Pharmacy degrees in the School of Pharmacy will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Associate Dean Stanley Weber.
Mr. President, it is an honor to present to you a list of 98 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy from the best pharmacy school in the country. I recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of this school be awarded their doctoral degrees. These graduates were honored previously in a ceremony last night, and I would ask them to come forward with the other doctoral candidates.
Candidates for doctoral degrees will be presented by Dean Suzanne Ortega of the Graduate School.
Mr. President, here with us today are candidates who have completed all requirements for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, Doctor of Physical Therapy, or Doctor of Audiology. Would the candidates for these degrees please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the deans of the schools and colleges and the graduate faculty, I am pleased and truly honored to present the candidates for the highest degrees awarded by the university. The names of those awarded doctoral degrees this year are listed in the commencement program, along with the titles of their dissertations and the name of their faculty supervisors. We are extremely proud of them. I recommend that these candidates be awarded their respective doctoral degrees.
Dean Ortega, on behalf of the Board of Regents and the graduate faculty, I am pleased to confer upon you, all of the graduates, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, Doctor of Physical Therapy, or Doctor of Audiology. Congratulations. Please come forward.
Andrew Stewart Glass, Doctor of Philosophy, Asian Languages and Literature.
Matai Pilipos, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science and Engineering.
David S. Cho, Doctor of Philosophy, English.
Asim Agarwala, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science and Engineering.
Luke Kenneth Butler, Doctor of Philosophy, Zoology.
Sarah K. Gaichas, Doctor of Philosophy, Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences.
Amol Prakash, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science.
Rebecca Buchanan, Interdisciplinary PhD in Quantitative Ecology and Resource Management.
Melina Pinkham, Juris Doctor in Law.
Kevin Paul Schneider, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Jai Hyuk Shok, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Alison Danielle Cross, Doctor of Philosophy, Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences.
Kirk D. Blazik, Doctor of Philosophy, Mathematics.
Patrick Sean MacDonald, Doctor of Philosophy, Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences.
Catherine Zurich, Doctor of Philosophy, Physics.
Kirsten Curry Holzman, Doctor of Philosophy, Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences.
Jason H. Steffen, Doctor of Philosophy, Physics.
Joshua John Latteral, Doctor of Philosophy, Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences.
Erin Ashley Miller, Doctor of Philosophy, Physics.
Ian Jeremy Stewart, Doctor of Philosophy, Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences.
Jin Yi Lin, Doctor of Philosophy, Physics and Nanotechnology.
Todd Richard Siemens, Doctor of Philosophy, Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences.
Cholbe Son, Doctor of Philosophy, History.
Amar H. Hakim, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Jeffrey Charles Kushnick, Doctor of Philosophy, Anthropology.
Naveen Kumar, Doctor of Philosophy, Industrial Engineering.
Andrew A. West, Doctor of Philosophy, Astronomy.
Vicky Lorraine Farmer, Doctor of Education, College of Education.
Christine Marie Bovey, Doctor of Philosophy, Anthropology.
Sheila Edwards Lang, Doctor of Philosophy, Education.
David C. Tank, Doctor of Philosophy, Botany.
Carol Lynn Isaacson, Doctor of Philosophy, Education.
Heather Marie Tallis, Doctor of Philosophy, Zoology.
Ian James Lovero, Doctor of Philosophy, Education.
Anne Catherine Solomon, Doctor of Philosophy, Zoology.
Gerald Alexander Nichols Pagel, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Danielle Charlene Bush, Doctor of Philosophy, Zoology.
Igor B. Novosilov, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Wei Jun Yu, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
Alan Robert Spence, Doctor of Education.
Yu Ning Huan, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
Kimberly Beth Craven, Doctor of Philosophy, School of Medicine.
Yeng Gu, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
Dong Wook Son, Doctor of Philosophy, Urban Design and Planning.
Bingjung Yen, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
Nadia Jamil Taiba, Doctor of Education in Education.
Daniel W. Player, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
Hak Jun Ri, Doctor of Philosophy, Forest Resources.
Till Schreiber, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
Daniela Shebitz, Doctor of Philosophy, Forest Resources.
Kazi Iqbal, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
David H. Peter, Doctor of Philosophy, Ecosystems Analysis.
Mehrun Ahmed, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
John Charles Withy, Doctor of Philosophy, Forest Resources.
Erika Yulia Goyash, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics.
Jeremy S. Littell, Doctor of Philosophy, Forest Resources.
Derek Allen Krager, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology.
Philip Edward Higuera, Doctor of Philosophy, Forest Resources.
Jennifer Lynn Hook, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology.
Alex J. Lindblad, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Christine M. Fountain, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology.
Mitchell J. Oler, Doctor of Philosophy, Business Administration.
Amy Elizabeth Singer, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology.
Artemisa Woodgate, Doctor of Philosophy, Business Administration.
Juan Lee, Doctor of Philosophy, English.
Siwei Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Amy Vidali, Doctor of Philosophy, English.
Chiao Shi Liu, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Yung Chia Hazel Lin, Doctor of Philosophy, Communication.
Louis Roy Gersh, Doctor of Philosophy, Aeronautics, Astronautics.
April L. Peterson, Doctor of Philosophy, Communication.
Alan R. Dabney, Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health, Biostatistics.
Fiona Jane Clark, Doctor of Philosophy, Communication.
Karen Joanne Wernley, Doctor of Philosophy, Epidemiology.
Jen Yu Zhou, Doctor of Philosophy, Anthropology.
Jay Shen Kim, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
May C. Henderson, Doctor of Philosophy, Women's Studies.
Joseph Ravette, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Serena Dawn Morer, Doctor of Philosophy, Women's Studies.
Hyun Shik Chung, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
D. Kim Wynn, Doctor of Philosophy, Pathology.
Ashish Kumar Gupta, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science and Engineering.
Liliana Lily Boyach, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Amit Babel, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemical Engineering.
Samantha Jane Carlson, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
George W. White, Doctor of Philosophy, Medicinal Chemistry.
Holly Ann Jorgensen, Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Swagato Chakraborty, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Gerald A. Baki, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Gina S. Lovashi, Doctor of Philosophy, Epidemiology.
Kirsten Alyssa Essenberg Trulson, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Chia-Che Wu, Doctor of Philosophy, School of Engineering.
Elizabeth Ann Salvo, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Chia Yi Chiao, Doctor of Philosophy, Nursing.
Kimberly M. Shavender, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
David Wayne Kraut, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Jennifer C. Walrick, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Xiai Lu, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Michelle K. Bostick, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Han Yan, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Brad Ari Jungan, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Todd Brandon Nita, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Paige Lorraine Givens, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
David Allen Thompson, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Stephen A. Barbuto, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Rebecca Ann Morell, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Adam Nathaniel Glynn, Doctor of Philosophy, Statistics.
Scott Clifford Fernandez, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Garrett Richard Hellenthal, Doctor of Philosophy, Statistics, Statistical Genetics.
Alexa Gitlin Sin, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Nima Dean, Doctor of Philosophy, Statistics.
Andrea Claire Skelly, Doctor of Philosophy, Epidemiology.
Leah R. Jager, Doctor of Philosophy, Statistics.
Margot Lynn Johnson, Doctor of Philosophy, Nursing.
Rebecca Ann Nugent, Doctor of Philosophy, Statistics.
Christy Faye Bjornson, Doctor of Philosophy, Nursing.
Daniel David Mitchell, Doctor of Philosophy, Biochemistry.
Mary Agnes McCarthy, Doctor of Philosophy, Nursing.
Goragud Wizard Kaisi, Doctor of Philosophy, Biochemistry.
Jennifer D. Hastings, Doctor of Philosophy, Nursing.
Vinod Kumar Raghunathan, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry and Nanotechnology.
Yu Chien Chen, Doctor of Philosophy, Education.
Sanjali Bhattacharjee, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Nancy L. Arnold, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Yu Liu, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Eddie Reed, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Regina M. Schoenherr, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Stephen Wesley Grubb, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Frederick Michael Lewis Hudson, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Eric Sun Chol Hong, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Catherine Anna Olson, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Cynthia Renee Pearson, Doctor of Philosophy, Health Services.
Carla Maria McDowell Buchanan, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Stephen Michael Bowman, Doctor of Philosophy, Health Services.
Kimberly Sue Fa Lau, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Larkin L. Strong, Doctor of Philosophy, Health Services.
Greg P. Brewood, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Jessica Lynn Foley, Doctor of Philosophy, Bioengineering.
Kimberly A. Firestone, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Jennifer Patterson, Doctor of Philosophy, Bioengineering.
Nicholas D. Bucher, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Angela Marie Bookwater Colley, Doctor of Philosophy, Bioengineering.
Nishant Prakash Bhatamrikar, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry and Nanotechnology.
Bo Hu, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Arunima Bandyopadhyay, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Min Chu, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Atanu Sengupta, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry and Nanotechnology.
Xinyu Guo, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Shihao Hong Chen, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Miodrag Vojkovic, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Mi Sol An, Doctor of Philosophy, Pharmacology.
Hiran Kasturiratne Tenakun, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Christopher Whiteley Fuller, Doctor of Philosophy, Geological Sciences.
Kayoko Ishida, Doctor of Philosophy, School of Law.
Wendy Ann McCausland, Doctor of Philosophy, Geophysics.
Ralph Wilson Powers III, Doctor of Philosophy, Molecular and Cellular Biology.
Carol S. Patty, Doctor of Philosophy, Geophysics.
Baman Rudsari, Doctor of Philosophy, Epidemiology.
Joseph D. Dufek, Doctor of Philosophy, Geological Sciences.
Jessica D. Torrey, Doctor of Philosophy, Materials, Science and Engineering.
Stephen Frederick Price, Doctor of Philosophy, Geophysics.
Dustin Michael Frame, Doctor of Philosophy, Materials Science, Engineering and Nanotechnology.
Damon J. A. Toth, Doctor of Philosophy, Applied Mathematics.
Noriaki Suzuki, Doctor of Philosophy, Materials Science and Engineering.
David L. George, Doctor of Philosophy, Applied Mathematics.
Yue Huang, Doctor of Philosophy, Materials Science, Engineering and Nanotechnology.
William J. Hewitt, Doctor of Philosophy, Applied Mathematics.
Jingliang Mao, Doctor of Philosophy, Forest Resources.
Eleftherios Koulekas, Doctor of Philosophy, Applied Mathematics.
Ying Zhao, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Agieleki Baroberopoulou, Doctor of Philosophy, Geophysics.
Melissa G. Meyer, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Judith Alexandra Henchy, Doctor of Philosophy, History.
Stephen Swanson, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science and Engineering.
Han Bic Zhuang, Doctor of Philosophy, Anthropology.
Lucas Lazos, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Brian David Hammer, Doctor of Philosophy, Geography.
Mayin Lee, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Elizabeth A. Brown, Doctor of Philosophy, Geography.
Ji-won Kim, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science and Engineering.
Maria E. Fannin, Doctor of Philosophy, Geography.
Elaine Yun Choi, Doctor of Pharmacy, School of Pharmacy.
Amy Christine Beagle, Doctor of Philosophy, Music Education.
Jessica Yu Isono, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Brian Jason Mello, Doctor of Philosophy, Political Science.
Jennifer Seo, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Glenn D. Mackin, Doctor of Philosophy, Political Science.
Hung Nok Nguyen, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Bryce E. Mansfield, Doctor of Philosophy, Pathobiology.
Tran Lee, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Michelle Quinn, Doctor of Audiology.
Thomas Namele, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Mark P. Babbitt, Doctor of Musical Arts, Brass Performance.
Ruby Soleimani, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Elif Anduch, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology.
Lam Thi Dang, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Misha Petrovich, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology.
Sarah Elizabeth Elliott, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Linda R. Moorhouse, Doctor of Musical Arts, Instrumental Conducting.
Kyun An Thi Nguyen, Doctor of Pharmacy.
Kavita Garg, Doctor of Philosophy, Molecular Biotechnology.
Alejandro Gonzalez, Doctor of Philosophy, School of Public Health.
Carrie L. Bubb, Doctor of Philosophy, Genetics.
Candice R. Mohar, Doctor of Philosophy, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Jun Xiu, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Sarintit Satit Satyan, Doctor of Philosophy, Industrial Engineering.
Eric Earl Smith, Doctor of Philosophy, Molecular Cellular Biology, Interdisciplinary Graduate Program.
Zhu Zhou, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Li Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry.
Yang Cho Hu, Doctor of Philosophy, Bioengineering.
Jie Luo, Doctor of Philosophy, Biology.
Jian Chen, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemical Engineering.
Matthew B. Southern, Doctor of Philosophy, Geography.
Yang Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemical Engineering.
Jessica K. Graybill, Doctor of Philosophy, Geography.
Xiaofen Guo, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemical Engineering.
Paul A. Sheet, Doctor of Philosophy, Statistics, Statistical Genetics.
Joel Christopher Perry, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering.
Marluce H. Matthaus, Doctor of Philosophy, Statistics.
Roy Thomas Mayfield, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Edwin Michael O'Shea, Doctor of Philosophy, Mathematics.
Fazila Saidin, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Anthony Smith, Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Curriculum, and Instruction.
Sarah Beth Upsall, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Sean Kellogg, Juris Doctor, Law.
Catherine Ann Piddick, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Catherine Van Maren, Juris Doctor, Law.
John Stephen Crockett, Doctor of Philosophy, Oceanography.
Gregory Scott Hoover, Master of Laws in Taxation.
Julie Ann Mack, Doctor of Education, Special Education.
Campbell Drew, Stafford, Master of Laws in Taxation.
Rina Marie Leon Guerrero, Doctor of Philosophy, Education.
Joseph Gizzi, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Bing Jiang, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Andrew Mitsuhira Isawa, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Parveen Bhatti, Doctor of Philosophy, Environmental and Occupational Hygiene.
Joseph Earl Mackey, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Xuan Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy, Environmental Health.
Melissa Sai-Yin Pei, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Douglas O. Johns, Doctor of Philosophy, Environmental and Occupational Hygiene.
Everett Nikolai III, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Grace Park, Juris Doctor.
Mark J. Bomba, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
David Benjamin Orange, Juris Doctor.
Laura Louise Spears, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Kian Hao Chong, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Jennifer Lynn Zulo, Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Cheng Sun, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Beth Ann Edwards, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
John Rhodes Thomas, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical Engineering.
Antonia Bullock, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Kevin N. Chung, Doctor of Philosophy, Civil Engineering.
Jennifer Aaron Beaverson, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Rebecca Elaine Lafon, Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health.
Diana J. Spring, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Peter Silver, Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health, Pathobiology.
Maricela Alicia Queen, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Catherine Ain Brissett, Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health, Pathobiology.
Paige Allison Seltz, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Lucy Porter Jordan, Doctor of Philosophy, Social Welfare.
Tonya Joelle Kiefer, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Lan Chao, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemical Engineering.
Lisa Marie Flexner, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Kerry L. O'Connell, Doctor of Audiology.
Laura C. White, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Bethany Diana Kirschner, Doctor of Audiology.
John Ronald Filkowski, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Robin Gibson Waterman, Doctor of Audiology.
Laura Beth Johnson McIntyre, Doctor of Philosophy, Pharmacology. Jennifer W. Meyer, Doctor of Philosophy, Pharmacology. Andrew James Meyer, Doctor of Philosophy, Pharmacology. Scott James Eichelberger, Doctor of Philosophy, Atmospheric Sciences. Ioana Maria Dima, Doctor of Philosophy, Atmospheric Sciences. Maria del Socorro Medina Valles, Doctor of Philosophy, Atmospheric Sciences. G.J. Jack Chen, Doctor of Philosophy, Atmospheric Sciences. Brian Indrek Maji, Doctor of Philosophy, Atmospheric Sciences. Kimberly A. Collins, Doctor of Philosophy, Molecular and Cellular Biology. Amy Michelle Glaspie, Doctor of Philosophy, Speech and Hearing Sciences. Liselette Svensson, Doctor of Philosophy, Speech and Hearing Sciences. Andrea A. McLeod, Doctor of Philosophy, Speech and Hearing Sciences. Beata Peter, Doctor of Philosophy, Speech and Hearing Sciences. Dawn Renee Glinsman, Doctor of Philosophy, Art History. Shui Shan Yu, Doctor of Philosophy, Art History. Ibtihal Aburzareg, Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Curriculum and Instruction. Fauzi Ishtaiwa, Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Curriculum and Instruction. Christopher Jones, Doctor of Philosophy, Psychology. Allison Wilhelm Henderson, Doctor of Philosophy, Psychology. Kristen Page Lindgren, Doctor of Philosophy, Psychology. Un Young Nam, Doctor of Philosophy, Psychology. Angela Stewart, Doctor of Philosophy, Psychology. Young Tsai, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology. J.C. Easton, Doctor of Musical Arts, Woodwinds Performance. Yung Fung Chen, Doctor of Musical Arts, Organ Performance. Richard Dietmar Dorfer, Doctor of Musical Arts, Strings. Ung Jul Park, Doctor of Musical Arts, College of Arts and Sciences. Gang Pen, Doctor of Business Administration.
Candidates for master's degrees will be presented by Dean Ortega of the Graduate School.
Mr. President, I would like to introduce Dean Patricia Wasley from the College of Education to present the master's candidates from that college.
Candidates for the various master's degrees in the College of Education, please rise. We see them. There. Mr. President, I'm honored to present these candidates to receive their respective master's degrees. Candidates, please remain standing.
Mr. President, I would like to introduce Dean Sandra Archibald to present the master's candidates from the Daniel J. Evans School of Public Affairs.
Will candidates for the master's degrees in the Daniel J. Evans School of Public Affairs please rise? Mr. President, I'm proud to please the largest ever class in the Daniel J. Evans School of Public Affairs master's candidates. Will the candidates please remain standing?
Will the rest of our master's candidates please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the deans of the schools and colleges and the graduate faculty, I am honored to present these candidates to receive their respective master's degrees.
On behalf of the Board of Regents and the graduate faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each of you your master's degree. Congratulations. Please come forward.
Mr. President, candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the various colleges and schools of the university will be presented to you by the several deans. The candidates who have been accepted by the general faculty of the university for their respective degrees are listed in the commencement program. Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Dean David Hodge.
Ladies and gentlemen, before Dean Hodge presents Arts and Sciences graduates, I'd like to make a brief comment. One of my colleagues here's motto for this university that he cares so much is, about is the more things change at the UW, the more things change. We have a number of new faces participating in this ceremony today, several of whom you have already met, others to follow. But Dean Hodge is one very familiar face who is going to be leaving us shortly. Today is Dean Hodge's last commencement ceremony at the University of Washington and his last official act here. He has been on the faculty and in the administration for 31 years and has served as department chair, divisional dean, and for the past 8 years as the dean of the largest college at the university. He will be leaving shortly, where he has been appointed president of the University of Miami University of Ohio. We are very, very proud of David and this accomplishment, but we are also terribly sad to leave him. Please join me in expressing our great appreciation for Dean David Hodge. President Hodge.
President Emmert, it is my pleasure, honor, and privilege to present to you the candidates of the College of Arts and Sciences. Will those proud candidates please rise? Mr. President, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science, and recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of the College of Arts and Sciences be awarded their bachelor's degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Bachelor's candidates from the College of Engineering, Mr. President, will be presented to you by Dean Matthew O'Donnell.
While this is Dean Hodge's last commencement, this is Dean O'Donnell's first commencement. Indeed, this is Dean O'Donnell's first official act as a member of the University of Washington faculty as our new Dean of the College of Engineering. Though I'm not yet sure he's even on the payroll. In fact, I'm sure he's not. This is the very first thing that he's done for us. It won't be the last, I promise you. We are very fortunate to have been able to bring Dean O'Donnell here from the University of Michigan to be our new dean. We are looking forward to his long and productive years with the university. Please join me in welcoming Dean Matt O'Donnell to the University of Washington. Dean O'Donnell.
Thank you. They're a long way away. I'm pleased, Mr. President, to present these candidates for the College of Engineering for the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical and Astronautical, Chemical, Civil and Environmental, Computer, Electrical, Industrial, and Mechanical Engineering, Bioengineering, Material Science and Engineering, and Technical Communication. I recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements for the College of Engineering be awarded their bachelor's degrees. Please be seated.
Candidates from the College of Forest Resources will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Dean Bruce Baer.
Will candidates from the College of Forest Resources please rise? Mr. President, it is my pleasure and honor to present these candidates for their bachelor's degrees in forest resources and recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of the College of Forest Resources be awarded their respective bachelor's degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Bachelor's candidates from the Information School, Mr. President, will be presented to you by Dean Harry Bruce.
Dean Bruce has been attending these commencement ceremonies since 1999, but this is his first as dean. He became dean of the iSchool in January of this year and is keeping the school on its remarkable, innovative, and adventuresome course. Dean Bruce.
Candidates from the Information School will please rise. It gives me great pleasure, Mr. President, to present the candidates of the Information School for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Informatics. I recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of the Information School be awarded their bachelor's degree. Candidates will please be seated.
Bachelor's candidates from the Business School will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Dean James Giambalvo.
Will the smart, hardworking, and ethical students in the UW Business School please stand? Mr. President, it is with much pleasure that I present these candidates for a bachelor's degree in the Business School and recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of the Business School be awarded their respective degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Bachelor candidates from the College of Ocean and Fishery Sciences, Mr. President, will be presented to you by Dean Arthur Noel.
Candidates from the College of Ocean and Fishery Sciences, please rise. It gives me great pleasure, Mr. President, to present these candidates for bachelor's degrees in oceanography and in aquatic and in fisheries sciences, and to all who have fulfilled the requirements for the respective degrees be awarded those degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Bachelor candidates from the School of Nursing will be presented, Mr. President, by Dean Nancy Woods.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree from the top-ranked School of Nursing in the nation please rise? Mr. President, it is my pleasure and honor to present these candidates to you for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and to recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of the School of Nursing be awarded their degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Bachelor candidates from the College of Architecture and Urban Planning will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Acting Dean Fritz Wagner.
Will the candidates from the College of Architecture and Urban Planning please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor to present these candidates for a bachelor's degree in architecture, urban planning, landscape architecture, construction management, and in community, environmental, and planning, and recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of the College of Architecture and Urban Planning be awarded their respective degrees. Please be seated.
Good.
Bachelor candidates from the School of Medicine will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Associate Dean Sampson.
Will the bachelor candidates from the School of Medicine please rise? Mr. President, it's a privilege to present these bachelor candidates from the School of Medicine in the specialized fields of medical technology, prosthetics and orthotics, medics, Northwest, and physician's assistants. Many degrees are being conferred in absentia because these candidates have already taken position at distant locations. Will the candidates please be seated?
Candidates from the School of Social Work will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Dean Edwina Uehara.
Ladies and gentlemen, this also marks Dean Uehara's first commencement as Dean of the School of Social Work, although she has been sending students to this ceremony since 1991 and participated here herself as a Distinguished Teaching Award winner in 1996. Please help me welcome Dean Uehara to her first commencement as Dean. Eddie?
Distinguished candidates from the School of Social Work, please rise. Mr. President, on behalf of the School of Social Work faculty, it is my great privilege to present these candidates for their bachelor degrees in social welfare and recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements of the School of Social Work be awarded their respective bachelor degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you.
Candidates from the School of Public Health and Community Medicine will be presented to you, Mr. President, by Dean Patricia Wall.
Will the candidates from the School of Public Health and Community Medicine please rise? Mr. President, it is with great pleasure that I present these candidates from the School of Public Health and Community Medicine, and I recommend that all who have met the requirements of the School of Public Health be awarded their respective degrees. Candidates may now be seated.
All bachelor candidates from all schools and colleges just presented will please rise. Following President Emmert's citation awarding the various bachelor's degrees, all candidates will be seated immediately and under direction of the faculty marshals will await their turn to come forward one row at a time.
On behalf of the Board of Regents and the faculty of the university, I am pleased to confer upon each of you your bachelor's degree. Congratulations, your university is very proud of you. Please now be seated and await your turn to come forward. Thank you.
Halfway.
The audience will now please rise to join Ms. Teresa Lewis, the alma mater. The words are printed on the inside of the back cover of the commencement program. Ms. Lewis. The audience and members of the graduating class are requested to remain at their seats until the recessional of the faculty is concluded. The graduating class is then free to join family and friends. The 131st Commencement exercises of the University of Washington are now closed.
sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.